Alright, I am going to cover what I consider the Dynasty standard opening. So once you get in game, the first thing you want to do is turn on your logistics doctrine and queue up your first machine shop as well as a power plant. And then for now you just get to chill. Alright, right before your machine shop finishes, go and deactivate your logistics plan, queue up your barracks, stop the power plant, and then go and queue 4 Tempest rigs. You want your barracks first because that, on most maps, will let you go for your processing centers. In this map, I kind of have a guaranteed one, and there's these 2 others. I'm not going to contest those just so we can see what happens if you lose one. So as soon as your barracks is finished, start building your power plant again, and then go build a technician, 2 guards. On other maps you'd want to build a 2nd technician and maybe a 3rd and 4th guard, but for now I'm not going to do that.
Construction complete.
As soon as your power plant is finished, place it, and then activate the boost. And then send your technician to one of your Tempest processing centers. Your first 2 guards are going to defend him. You need 2 guards to take out a GDF scout. They decide the pressure.
Training. Unit ready.
Rifle loaded.
Alright.
Unit ready.
Well, as soon as you are about to cap your first center, you can turn off your distribution mode, go activate logistics doctrine. You'll then have the 2 guards that will you engineer. I usually head those out to scout, and then my 2 other soldiers I will go and capture random fortifications on the map. And then have that activated, the rig built. Now in this map I don't have a 2nd processing center, so I'll need another power plant. And then once I have that power plant going, around the 2-minute to 2.5-minute mark, I'll start building my 2nd machine shop. The important thing here is that you don't run out of credits when you're building your Tempest rigs. Okay, so I'm kind of also watching my radar in the upper corner. It looks like my scout made it to the enemy base. It looks like they have a Havoc, so if they have some early pressure, I'm going to want to do some missile troopers, maybe some Dynasty guards, and I just build those anyways because I like having them. As soon as your 2nd factory is down, I queue up 2 more Tempest rigs. So I have 1 in here, 2 in there. We're just going to make them even.
Unit lost.
You'll then need another power plant and another machine shop. And at this point, you know, I feel like some more dudes. This doesn't really matter too much.
Infantry reporting.
I'll put your power plant down. Put them in there for safekeeping.
Getting to position.
So what your goal is to have between 8 and 12 rigs. Once you have that, you'll probably want to start transitioning towards extra and more units. I'm out of cash right now, so I'm going to cancel those guys. Okay, so I have 5 right now, just placing around. I have 1 in here, 1 in there, and 1 in there, so we're going to go with 8 at the start. An important thing to note is in games of this style, you know, lose money for queuing units, as you do in other RTSs. So when you want a unit, make sure you just build a bunch of them. It's better to have them than not need them than, you know, forget to accidentally queue up things. So in this opening, I'm going to queue up all these to start doing pillagers. And then my barracks, I'm going to have go missile troopers. Place your rigs as they finish. Around the 4-minute mark, really 3.5 is what I should have done, is that for the doctrines, I go to the first row, and then I do this first column. And then I basically ignore this for a while. Really what your goal is to get this planned economies, because if you don't have it in the late game, you may end up just losing a amount of money once the map gets mined out. So put those guys in those spots. So once you have this out, you can kind of go whatever build you like. I kind of like going up to 5 machine shops, and then get my radar, You can also, let's just get a radar. Let's get 2 power plants because they're right at the top, just in case we lose a TPC. Now let's get this and this. So we're just queuing up some buildings. Each rig for the Dynasty will support about 1 construction. So I have the 3 machine shops, the barracks, it's 4, building is 5, and then the doctrines is 6. So I'm going to be floating a little extra money. That's fine.
Training.
Yeah, it's simple. 50's not enough.
Need a light?
Alright, so I'm just going to attack.
Orders. Fire.
You want to put a little bit of pressure on the map with your pillagers and units, so you don't want to get too committed into an engagement, but you know, I have some units, so I may as well use them.
Construction complete. Cancelled.
Specialist Bureau. So I have that. I should probably get barracks, power plant, and my radar. The point here is I just want some buildings queued up. Doesn't really matter what they are. I guess just don't do 50 power plants. I have some extra cash, so I'll call a guard. I like the operatives. I don't think you want 3 mechanists, but 1 is okay. I haven't really found a use for the line officer, and you need a micro anyways, and I don't want to do that.
Constructing.
Battle seems to be going in my favor.
Is under attack.
The guy has some turrets in the back I can ignore, but my pillagers massively outnumber him. We're just going to leave that. It's not too important, so we can pressure. He's killing my rigs, though, so I don't like that. But I don't believe this army I have right here is enough to contest.
Tempest rig is under attack. Unit
So we're going to
lost.
wait just a little bit.
Researching.
And now I have my operative. I can go forward and use those.
Our Tempest rig is under attack. Unit lost.
Rockets ready. Light it up.
Unit ready.
Alright, in that kind of case, you may want to stop one of your pillager productions. I've dropped below my 8 target, and I'm going to queue up some more Tempest rigs. These ones aren't harvesting right now either. They're from nearby. So I want to deploy these to a new field.
Unit ready. Training.
With my 4th machine shop, sometimes I get my MCVs, but if like my attack is going good or I'm in trouble, I'll maybe get some boars. But my funds right now are an issue, so I'm just going to queue up some rigs and throw them over there.
Got a challenge bomb. Yeah, what? What you got?
Insufficient funds.
And as you can see, just this army ended up smoking the NPC.
Missile trooper.
Unit ready. Unit is under attack.
Yeah, the important part here, really what I want to demonstrate is when you queue up units, make sure you get a lot of them. Make sure you also just get more rigs than you think you'll need.